no tax. If you pay tax and keep them taxes up, they're not going to take this land. I'm 90 years old. I was raised on this land. My grandfather was the president until he got too old. Then he elected James and Willie Nowlin. Willie Nowlin was the vice president. Jake was the president. And we never had no mess like this on this place since I've been born. So what you got to do is pay tax. That's all you got to do. And you'll save the land.
Okay. I understand, and I know you've been there a long time. I understand that. I wish it was the same.
And then you got to prove who you is. I got to prove that.
I wish it was the same as it used to be when the two worked together. But I must say that
Y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Grandma. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to discuss. Actually, want to talk about the accusations that are against me by members of my family and others who continue to, in my opinion, in my assessment, spread lies, false information in order to slander my name, attack my character, not only my character, but my mother's character, our name, our reputation, as well as relationships with family members, all because we decide to, within our right, to bring forth the legal action to resolve the issues, the legal issues that is, in regards to the property, that put that property at risk. So the sound bite you saw, the video bite that you saw before I started speaking was shown before. I put it on another video that's titled My Grandma Said What She Said. Her basically speaking the truth. So in that video was at a meeting held in September 2018, just before we went to court to acquire the title. And it was a 2-day hearing in November of 2018. At the time, she was 90 years old. And I think she might have said it in the video, can't recall, but she talked about how there was never no mess like this on the property when her father, her grandfather, Papa Sim, before he passed in 1978, which point I was 2 years old. And my grandmother might have been still in her 30s or 40s at the time. But anyways, so, she said that there was never no mess like this before on her property. That, her husband, who was my grandfather, my mother's father, was the president, and Thomas Nolan was a vice president, who was also one of the heirs and descendants of one of the original owners on the property, because there was, at least between, depending on the time frame, again, you've seen other videos, either 18, 19, or 20 owners of this property, where they had 2 tracts of land. So not everybody owned, both tracts of land. Some people, 18, 19 owned 1 tract of land, and then there was either 19 or 20 people that owned another tract of land, but the county put it all together, which even causes more problems. That's an even more issue. But nonetheless, I want to address the accusations that are being hurled at me, spewed at me. Being said about me and my mother in emails, in Facebook messages, even amongst themselves. These meetings, like, you're just spewing their ignorance, but yet they're calling me ignorant. They call me bitter and petty. They call me a fraud, calling me a liar. All this. So these are family members. So I'm going to address it. I'll get my time in court. Hopefully I'll get my day in court. Not only me, but my mother. And we'll, put everything on the table and see where the cards fall. Let's see what happens in court. But it's ridiculous that people think that because whatever, or whoever they are, whatever blood runs through their veins, whatever claims they have to this property, whoever is their grandparents, their great-grandparents, or whoever, that gives them the right to abscond, to squander, to squat, to lie, cheat, steal, whatever, even defame my name, defame my mother's name, attack our character, destroying relationships amongst family, her immediate family, her siblings, cousins, that they have the right to do that because of their bloodline or to whatever claims they have to the property, or using the statement that we're all family. Yeah, you can be family. You can be a cousin. Don't mean you have rights to this property. You can be whoever you say you are. Don't mean you have rights to this property. I mean, the court said it. The court said it in I think it was in 2012, 2014, can't remember. There's court documents where the judge says, even though there's an absence of this, law and order does not give someone the right to abscond said property. The heirs never determined if the original owners of the property are dead, does not give the right for heir descendant or whoever to abscond, squander, and squat on property in case of lying, cheating, stealing, or conspiring to steal, conspiring to control, conspiring to claim ownership, knowing that the original owners of properties are dead. So let's get into it. And I received an email back in January because I was asking a question. There was an email started in regards to asking about creating a t-shirt for Black History Month, and also having a family gathering. I didn't respond. I responded to the point where when one of the defendants sent out the email talking about sharing information, building out family trees, all this stuff. So my question was this information, or has this information been shared with everybody? And here comes the attack. Here comes the shut up, man. Sit down, be quiet. Go to take a nap. You're tired. We're tired, man. It's played out. Blah, blah, blah. Just okay, whatever. I dealt with it. I responded back. See what I had to say. And this one guy who I never met before in my life decides to respond and make these disrespectful comments, even to use a derogatory racial slur. So I apologize in advance if this offends anybody. I might bleep it out. But I'm going to read this email that he wrote, not only to me, but to everybody that was in that email, included in that email, which I have since forwarded to my lawyer. So we're going to deal with this in court. But he says, I'm an heir descendant of Thomas and Victoria Nolan. I have a hard time dealing with. That's all I was seeing going on between Cliff King and the current board for the 2 years that I'm reaching out to the family. I see the board trying to bring the family together to protect our land and have a future for the young heirs alive today. While this nonsense going on, the white Oriole are just licking at their chops. I think to my white people, which I don't, this is the ignorance. Cliff seems to be blind to that because of some personal grievance. I believe when egos are involved, grievances never die. If the court granted him every relief he's seeking, I doubt he would be satisfied. And there's more to it, but I'm going to stop at that. For one, how dare he? How dare he, right, attack my character, attack me, taking legal action, asking questions, right? Because what harm was it in me asking a question? I have the right to ask a question. I'm an heir to property. My mother's an heir to property. My grandmother had rights to this property and ignored her rights. You heard in the video what she said. And nothing what she said mattered to them. They made excuses. In all these years, granted, two of her children were sued in the first lawsuit, the 2011 lawsuit, by members of his family, the Nolans and Samuels. He didn't come forward. Did he come to their defense? He didn't step up. Members of the family, all they said they're doing is talking trash and spreading their nonsense. But I'm on. Again, I may bleep this word out, bleep that word out, but if I'm here to educate myself, reading books like this, right? Trying to understand, reading about the past, going for the Center for Heirs Property, educated myself on the do's and don'ts of heir property, how to resolve it, right? It talks about what's an heir, how to determine who the heirs are, what are the risks associated with leaving the property in heirship. What's that say right there? The do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts. Huh? I got a certificate right here of completion from Center for Heirs Property for attending one of their courses. Right? Granted, this is not college credit. It doesn't really mean anything. But I'm educating myself on forestry management, on forestry as a whole. Using the tools that are available, using the agencies that are available, gaining knowledge and understanding, educating myself to really get down to the root of the problem and how do we resolve it. Because the court says, hey, here's how to do it. Here the law reads. Here's the law. Right? There's laws in the books when it comes to people trespassing on your property. How you deal with them. There's laws in the books for how to deal with people who commit fraud, stealing, theft. It's all in the books when it comes to property. Like physical real estate property. Not just commercial property, what's in your home, your car, your bank account, the money, but talking about real property. There's laws on the books. There's laws on the books how to deal with heir property. And as an heir, not only me and my mother and members of the family, the living heir descendants of Washington James and Toby Cox have the right to bring forth any kind of legal action to resolve the property. But this man here will send an email talking about Yet I'm the one that wrote the bylaws. Me. Not his family members, not the other two elderly ladies that were co-managing the property when we were on the board as managers, ordered by the court, directed by the court, because we made agreements in court during a quiet title action hearing to establish a temporary board to get the land on track, managing the property on track. And I asked them at one of the early meetings. Yeah, I got recordings of it. That's one thing too. Keep records of everything. Keep records. So it comes down to it, they're mad because they don't want to be held accountable. I mean, this is the title of the video. Or this thumbnail anyways. They don't want to be held accountable. So they resort to this. Resort to calling me out of my name. Resort to spreading lies, accusing me of trying to sell this land to Walt Disney World for $25 million with no proof. And then when I respond back, their response is, please be advised. No, you please be advised that I have the right to pursue legal action. To deal with the people who are spreading the lies, to deal with people who are causing confusion, division, and drama. Claiming that I conspired to steal this land. I conspired to sell this land to Walt Disney World. Having cousins who are the nieces and nephew of my mother, children of her siblings, calling me out of my name, calling me, harassing me. And then when I call them out, when I had enough of their BS, I call them out, I fire back. Oh, they could return with threats. Threatening me to get their boys on me. Huh? And then when my mother standing right there hearing this, oh, you're a lie, I didn't say that. My mother just heard you say it. Because I happen to have you on speakerphone. I'm a liar, huh? Or a cousin making threats to end my mother's life. Lucky I didn't have that on record. We're lucky I didn't record that the moment that he said it to my mother. Or another cousin who was a niece of my mother in a separate issue, separate case. I assaulted my mother in front of her dying mother. They could downplay it all they want. I got evidence. And I didn't get law enforcement involved. I should have, but I did get law enforcement involved. They are mad because they don't want to be held accountable. They think because of them being family, it gives them the right to do what they want to do. That's what it comes down to. They don't want to be held accountable for their actions. But I have a right to go to court. But in this case, in previous cases, because if they had a right to sue members of my family, over their transgressions, the conversion conspiracy. And I'm gonna cover this in another video. I'm gonna do this in another video. I'm gonna talk about it in another video. I'm gonna break down, the legal actions, the give an update to the case, what's going on with the case, as I pursue to resolve the legal issues, as well to clear my name. Let's get to the truth. Let's get to the truth. Because if they had a right to do it, and then they were mad because me and my family reciprocated, right? The same accusations they threw at my family, they sued my family for, we in turn sued them over that. Right? We put restrictions on them. And as soon as they felt like they didn't have to abide by it. They went ahead and entered hunting leases, didn't have it on paper. They were spreading these lies, these false allegations, sending letters to my lawyer, making these false claims against me and my mother and my late grandmother. They were fighting with cousins, making threats against cousins. All this stuff. With no proof. When then it came to court, they had not one piece of paper. Well, they had a piece of paper, but they had no evidence to back it up. A piece of paper is a piece of paper with information on it, but they had no evidence to back it up. We had evidence. I came with evidence. Granted, I didn't use all the evidence, but we had enough evidence to, and the court accepted our evidence. They didn't have no evidence. They came to court with nothing. With nothing other than a piece of paper that they typed up either the day of or probably the day of, either during recess or when the court adjourned for the day. They probably went running and scrambling to type up a piece of paper. And you see, I showed you evidence of it. I might show it again when I do the other video, talk about the updates, where they put on a piece of paper their family tree. With no birthdays, no date of deaths, who were the children of this person, who were their parents, but I'm right. I can show you. You see behind me my decorations, decorations. You see behind me my plaque, 20 years of military service. The other one, you see right here. Look, what's all that? I got more decorations that you don't see in this room. I tell you what, when I go to court, you best believe I'm bringing all the evidence, everything I got, and that's okay. They got more. That's fine. Let's play this out of court. But I'm gonna leave you with this. This is a sound bite from the lead attorney, and I'll leave a link to his channel in the description box below. But this makes sense. What was said on his channel during a Zoom call or meeting call he had with another attorney, it all makes sense. It says in there that the legal system is not a system for justice. It's a system based on adversarial, meaning that when the lawyer will speak to it, but again, I have the right to seek my justice. The truth is going to come out, and that no matter if you family or not, family can spew their ignorance, they can spread their lies, they can spread their spit their venom at me or whoever. Well, it comes down to its truth. And the first individuals that took members of my family to court was not based on the truth, it was based on a lie. False allegations, false claims. And they know it. When I went to court, it was based on facts, hearsay, maybe to include some lies, but there was evidence to back it up, documentation to back it up. And shame on me for trying to resolve the legal issues out of court, to deal with family out of court, because the court said, hey, it might be best for y'all to resolve this because you may not like it. You gotta make a decision on it. You may not like it, so y'all resolve it. Y'all work together to resolve this. Shame on me. Shame on me. It won't happen again, though. It won't happen again. Because the two elderly ladies, actually one of the elderly ladies called me some months back. asking me to meet with her and the other elderly lady, who were the two other managers with me, to meet with them to resolve this, because he said that this is getting expensive. This is getting too expensive. We gotta find a. Initially, I agreed to it, but after talking with my mother and everybody, no, because nobody wants to tell the truth. Everyone wants to brush it on the rug. They want to bury all the dirt. They want to bury everything. And they, no, we're gonna bring it to light. We're gonna bring it to light. It says I'm a liar. Me and my mother are that of the devil. I'm trying to sell this land to Walt Disney World. I'm bitter and petty. We'll see about it. We're gonna see about it. We're gonna see about it. We're gonna see who lied, who said what, who did what. Let's see about it. But anyway, let's get into this sound bite from the lead attorney and make sense, and then close out this video. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video. But let's get to this video.
Of the state or the victims, right?
Well,
But
remember, our criminal legal system is not a justice system, but it
oh, hey, let's start right there and let's let that sink in. All right, say that again for the people, because what you just said was super profound. Say that again.
our criminal legal system is not a justice system.
Mm.
What it is an adversarial system, meaning that our founding fathers, when they set up our legal system, they said, we think if both sides go at it and give it their best, and our adversaries like gladiators against each other, then all of the truth is going to come out and justice will be done. That's not the way they do it in other countries necessarily, though. That's very unique to the United States.
Yeah, I just want my justice. Clear my name and all the truth come out. So with that said, again, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, share this video, like this video, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. So I'll see you in another video. All right, take care, peace.